Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Vavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library, the world's largest collection on Hinduism. Before we look into the Hindu scriptures and the Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library, let us first look at Avatara Leelamrita. What is Avatara Leelamrita? Amrita means nectar. Avatara Leela means the divine play, the divine life of our beautiful avatar. Avatara Leelamrita means even just to listen to the story of the avatar, even just to listen to the life incidents of the avatar, it's like drinking nectar. It brings so much of joy and sweetness in us. That is why it's called Avatara Leelamrita, whether it is the life of Bhagavan Rama or Bhagavan Sri Krishna, or whether it is the life of our beloved Swamiji. So in Bhagavatam, which talks about the life of various incarnations of Vishnu, Bhagavan Vedavyasa says, Tavakatamritam tapta jivanam kavipiriditam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvikrinantite Bhurita Jana. That which is sweet to hear, that which when heard immediately raises one to the higher conscious state, that which takes us to another level just by remembering it, that which gives deep pleasure not only to the listener but also to the person who narrates it. Lord, may I narrate your story. Okay, so that is about Avatara Leelamrita. Now, why is Avatara Leelamrita important? Paramashiva in Arunachala Purana, Paramashiva gives a promise to the world. He says, I will always be available to the world in three forms. The epic history of Arunachala reveals that at that point in time, Lord Paramashiva made a promise that he will be available in Arunachala, in Tiruvannamalai, in three forms. As a hill Arunachala. So the hill that you see in the picture is worshipped as Paramashiva. They do garland to the hill, they do arti to the hill. The hill itself is worshipped as Paramashiva, as a Jyotirlinga, as Arunachaleshwara, the Shivalinga deity in the temple, and in the form of living incarnations in this holy town of Tiruvannamalai. True to his promise, Sadashiva, Paramashiva, retained his form as Arunachala mountain, assumed the form of Shivalinga called Arunachaleshwara at the temple in Tiruvannamalai, and is incarnating continuously, keeping the unbroken lineage of enlightened beings in Tiruvannamalai till date. Now we are going to see some of the references from Skanda Purana, which refers to the manifestation of Paramashiva in the three forms, in the form of a hill, in the form of a deity, and in the form of the living master. The reference says, O Brahma and Vishnu. This is Paramashiva. He is referring to God, Brahma and Vishnu. He says, since I have graced both of you and given boons to both of you in this sacred energy field, let the land of the radius of 3 yojanas around the sacred energy field. 1 yojana is approximately 7 miles. So 31 miles Around the sacred energy field, be pure and sacred. Let this hill of red fire turn into a small form of a hill. This sacred energy field that bestows the liberation with supreme bliss without any hindrance be called as Arunapuri. So, Paramashiva manifested in the form of a huge column of fire. That column of fire settled down as the hill Arunachala. And when Swamiji actually took birth, it is a conscious descent. And Swamiji said, first there was a flash of Arunachala, and then second, he remembers the next moment, his consciousness is entering into the body, into the mother's womb to be born. So the first flash of Arunachala, Swamiji knows he has landed on the planet Earth. The Devas and the Devendra, the god of the gods, the head of the gods, who were in suffering, they remembered me, means remembered Paramashiva. Paramashiva, I removed their suffering. Hence, I will remove the suffering of both of whoever remembers this tala, the sacred energy field. This hill and the sacred energy field will have the features of not getting destroyed even during the time of pralaya, the deluge. It will lead all the moving and unmoving beings that are there within the periphery of the wind that has touched the hill to liberation. Within the periphery of the wind that has touched the hill. So whoever wind is touching and bringing to the hill, all of them will experience liberation. And this place, Arunachala, will never have any deluge. Even at the time of the great deluge, this place will be protected. Next comes the request to Paramashiva to also appear in the form of a linga, not just in the form of a hill. So the devotees pray to Paramashiva, O Arunachalesha, the one who has become the hill. People are used to fetching water and offering sacred bath to you, as against the rain that showers from the sky, to offering pearl garlands to you, as against the stars themselves, which appears to be pearl garlands, to bringing lamps and showing lamps to you, as against the sun's rays themselves to be a lamp. Hence, for the sake of them doing worship to him with sacred bath, etc., they prayed that he graces them by assuming the form of a linga below the hill. And since this hill is the medicine to remove the birth and death, the hill is called the medicinal hill. Since this hill is red in color, the hill is called Arunagiri. When Shiva, the blue-necked, blessed, to those who utter this name once in this planet Earth, to them it is equivalent to uttering the Panchakshara 30 million times. Brahma and Vishnu became happy and bowed down to the Lord and said, I am becoming Linga. Worship me with bhakti. Saying so, he disappeared into the hill. There appeared a linga that is adorable by the whole world. They saw the linga and worshipped it, sang in praise of it, showered flowers on it, becoming ecstatic, happy, danced in bliss, and called the divine sculptor called Mayan and made him construct the temple tower, halls, and the beautiful compound walls that cannot be compared with anything. So the whole place, Tiruvannamalai, was made with a divine architect. In Swamiji's own words, he says, my vision is my integrity to you. Making Advaita the root cognition in every field on the planet Earth is my mission, for which I landed in this body, for which I assumed the human body. I will do this mission. This is the purpose of my birth. Before landing, I saw very clearly the need of planet Earth that I need to pack. I saw very clearly that it is love and consciousness, nothing else. Planet Earth does not need intelligence to create infrastructure. It needs a little more consciousness and love in the hearts of the decision makers. When I landed, I saw very clearly now humanity needs only one thing, inner awakening. With the authority that I am an incarnation who landed on the planet Earth to give this great science to all of you, I give you all the ultimate security. Just relax and I will take care. The Grantha Samadhi. So what is Grantha Samadhi? Okay. So Grantha Samadhi is the most important of all samadhis, which has the Hinduism alive. All scriptural books, palm leaf documents, which are kept in one room and maintained, is the Grantha Samadhi. The Grantha Samadhi means the energy center of spiritual books. Swamiji narrating to Arunagiri Yogeshwara. When Swamiji describes about his relationship and his the initiation from Arunagiri Yogeshwara, Swamiji says, his classes, when he teaches, if he talks 10 words, at least 10 terabyte material will be downloaded. Understand? If he talks 10 word to me, 10 terabyte material will be downloaded into my brain. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam talking about Arunagiri Yogeshwara. O humanity, I have the signs revealed by Paramashiva. Only an incarnation can decode and make it user friendly. Others, at the best, can only give you a translation. So, the only option that we have for the next, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years before the next incarnation can even come down, we have to get the entire 100 million Hindu scriptures. We have to try and get it translated. And we have only one incarnation with us who's going to be alive for 200 years. So in the 160 years that we have remaining, we have to get the 100 million scriptures translated and downloaded by Swamiji and translated into English in a user-friendly way. Only then these scriptures will remain alive. So Grantha Samadhi is absolutely essential for keeping Hinduism alive. When the avatar happens, Grantha Samadhi is needed as the avatar is ready to revive to them. Colossal amount of work is required for preserving the 20. See, Hinduism has 100 million scriptures. 20 million are available in some form on the planet. The 80 million are not even available on the planet Earth. They have already been destroyed. The 80 million can be retrieved only by accessing the cosmic archives. So we access the cosmic archives. From that, the disciples of Swamiji have to connect and have to download through Akashic records. And they have to transcribe it or digitize it. That is the only way we can retrieve all the 100 million source scriptures of Hinduism. The immediate need of 100 million scriptures. This downloading is possible only when the already available 20 million. First, we have to get the 20 million scriptures obtained and studied. So the 20 million has to be collected and studied, which will awaken the seeking inside the practitioner. And their bodies will become a suitable medium to download the 80 million remaining scriptures. This revival needs to be done on an emergency basis while Swamiji is still in his physical form. That is why the Grantha Samadhis have been a vehicle for preserving the timeless knowledge, the seed, the notes of the cosmos, which His Divine Holiness is now bringing to life. The goal of Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library is to create the largest repository. Grantha Samadhi, the home to living deities of scriptures, transmitting powerful cognitions to humanity. 3,000 years of destruction of the combined attacks of millions of invaders, and there's only 200 years for its revival. So even after Swamiji is stretching his lifespan to 200 years, we just have 7% of the total time of destruction. Only 7% we have remaining for the revival. Now, every Hindu temple had a library. We have a reference in the Kamika Agama which says every Hindu temple was actually built with a library. Prasado Chaturdiksho Tat Vidik Shwanta Ralake Bhakto Stanake Vapi Vidyasthanam Prakalpayet. The translation says, Center for the Scriptural Studies, the Vedagama, should be constructed in all the 4 main directions of the temple, in the corner directions of the temple, in its inner enclosure, or in the locations recommended for the installation of the images of Shaiva devotees. How many of us even know this, that every temple is supposed to have a library in the 4 main directions of the temple? I have been to so many Hindu temples. I didn't even know that Hindu temples were supposed to have a library. I have never seen a library inside a Hindu temple because all these libraries, even though the Hindu temples were constructed based on the scriptural injunctions, the libraries, the scriptures have been stolen and destroyed. Today, only 20% of the Vedic scriptures even remain on the planet Earth. 100% of the Hindu universities are destroyed. All libraries, including Nalanda, Takshashila, Vikramashila, with millions of books, have been destroyed. There are more than 2 million temples in India, but none of them with a library. More than 10,000 of the mutt's libraries have been destroyed. The major collection of manuscripts is in the hands of the Oriental institutes funded by foreign countries. Millions of scriptures are stolen by invaders. Today, with more than 300 million yoga practitioners, yoga is the most practiced religion in the world. The size of the yoga industry is alone 84 billion US dollars. Number one, this shows that number one, people are sincerely seeking solutions to health and well-being. Two, they are finding solutions in yoga. Three, it is working for them, because of which there is a large following. However, to get the desired benefit of the practice, instead of the side effect, aligning with the original context and technique is required. This is only possible. See, today so many people learn yoga, but how many of them are learning yoga as per how Paramashiva revealed yoga to the world? This is only possible through study and implementation of the Shastras. For instance, although compared to the past 1,000 years, the number of yoga practitioners in the world is at an all-time high, how many are realizing enlightenment by doing yoga? This shows that in the practice of yoga, people are fundamentally lacking somewhere. This can be addressed only by aligning yoga with the source. So when Swamiji revealed the Pratama Vinyasa Krama, the 108 asana sequence, it was revealed, and the Pratama Vinyasa Krama was put together by the references from the below scriptures. Rauravagama, Hatha Tattva Kaumudi, Shiva Samhita, Hatha Pradipika of Swatmarama, Yoga Asana Mala Sachitra, Hatha Ratnavali, Parameshwaragama, Rudra Yamala Tantra, Nathamuni Yoga Rahasya. From all these books, the original verses have been collated, compiled, and presented in the Pratama Vinyasa Krama. Scriptures or rare manuscripts. The Bhaga Shastra reveals the science of cooking. The Sarva Jnanotra Agama, the Yoga Pada, reveals the science of Sashtanga Yoga. Mrigendra Agama reveals the science of cosmology. And Vijnana Bhairava Tantra reveals the science of unclutching. Okay, so now we are going to listen to Swamiji's vision of time capsuling the Vedagamic tradition, the Hindu Library Project. Let us listen to this.
one great thing in the modern day, information age, internet age, human beings can't be manipulated anymore by a small gang of people, by keeping the mass media cult under them. No. World cannot be controlled anymore by mass media cult or entertainment industry cult. And world cannot be controlled anymore by missionary militants and militant missionaries. The next generation, the modern day youth, has started questioning the utility value of everything. And I tell you, Hindu tradition is the best designed, developed tradition just to contribute. Hindu knowledge is amazingly contributing. I can very boldly tell you with all joy and pride, Hindu scriptures are the most unadulterated, as maintained, as purely as it was uttered, revealed in the beginning. The Vedas are as it is from the time Paramashiva breathed it to Parashakti to Vishnu, Vishnu to Brahma, and the Guru Parampara. Narayanam Batma Bhavam Vasishtam Shaktinja Tatputra Parasharanja Vyasam Sugam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Sishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Vatman Padanja Asta Malaganja Sishyam Tamtroda Ganmartika Karamanya. The whole Guru Parampara, unadulterated, I tell you. History, geography, astrology, astronomy, cosmology, physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, mysticism, religion, economy, in every field, administration, social justice, law and order, in every field, the field of education itself, spirituality, superconscious science, power manifest in every level. Nothing compared to the extreme life positive knowledge source of Hinduism. This is the most non-violent, life positive knowledge tradition in every field. Unimaginable knowledge source is lying in that 2,20 million source books of Hinduism. Around 10,000 traditions are still alive. I am not talking about what we lost, what we still have, kept it alive, at least in the museums, which I can revive. I can add flesh and bones to this whole scriptures and make it living, alive lifestyle. I want all Hindus to start becoming real Hindus, non-violent, extremely life positive and contributing. This is what is the core identity of Hinduism. Let's start living the core identity, core narrative of Hinduism. That's the best strategy to stop the Hindu Holocaust. I tell you, Hindus have a great future. I want all the Hindus who are interested and listening to me, all of you, please wake up and start contributing more and more and build contributing lifestyle. That's the best way to stop the Hindu Holocaust. At least 10% of the Hindus should become Brahmana by Varna. Only then we can collect all these books and store it properly, make digital and physical libraries and practice those knowledge, build laboratories and teach this knowledge to the whole world. This is what is my life's mission. Of course, translation, making it searchable, making it user-friendly, indexing, all this work put together. That is the purpose for which I started this Nithyananda Hindu Library. I will establish the most authentic, world's largest physical and virtual library and Hindu university. Hindu literatures are made illegitimate, stolen. Many concepts and principles and ideas are stolen. And Hindus are made to feel that literatures are all just mythology and faltu and just somebody's fantasy. I will make sure enough scientific researches are done, proper documentations are done, analysis are done. Not only I will collect, compile, organize the world's largest Hindu knowledge resource library, I will make all of it user-friendly for the whole world by making virtual Hindu library available for the world. I am very clear. I am going to collect everything related to Hinduism. The source scriptures, various commentaries and translations, good or bad. Some translations are true to the original, some are 80% true, some are 70% true, some are absolutely distorted. But I am going to collect everything, organize, index. My initial level plan is 10,000 students will be able to reside and study. 2 crore means 20 million Hindu scriptures. And largest virtual library, very organized and made user-friendly. Collecting all the 2 crore, 20 million source books, organizing, indexing, then translating, making it user-friendly, making library, physical library, and making digital library, then studying it, researching it, making laboratories. For example, the Hindu battery, which can be charged, recharged by consciousness, does not need any other chemical from outside. The Hindu aircraft, which can fly through the conscious sound technology, the consciousness-based light technology, sound technology, consciousness-based biology, consciousness-based biology-based technology. When consciousness starts growing in your biology becomes totally different, and that biology can be used to fly, empower, energize multiple machineries in Hindu tradition. Collecting this 2 crore, 20 million scriptures, organizing, indexing, translating, building laboratories, not just libraries, laboratories, universities, where we conduct clinical trials, medical trials, scientific researches. Everything gets organized, made user-friendly for the humanity and shared with the humanity free of cost. I invite people from all over the world to share your time, treasure, talent. I invite all the practicing Hindus, living, practicing Hindus and Hindu sympathizers 200 crore, 2 billion population. At least 10% of you, 2 crore, please come and become Brahmanas by Varna. Let's take up this project of reviving Hindu knowledge, contributing Hindu knowledge. Jatis belongs to Brahmana or Vaishya or Kshatriya or Shudra does not matter. An Acharya incarnation, Avatara Purusha, has a right to declare which Varna you belong to. Whether you are Shudra by Jati, Vaishya by Jati, Brahmana by Jati, or Kshatriya by Jati, don't worry. Decide to change your Varna to Brahmana Varna by taking up this responsibility of Nithyananda Hindu Library. I already started the work. Last 20 years I am doing work in this line. It is time. In next few years, you will see the fruit. This revival of Kailasa, Nithyananda Hindu Library, it starts. It can never end.
Next slide. The source scriptures and relics personify the eternal, timeless, and enduring nature of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. These scriptures have withstood the test of time. Although the scriptures are eternal, the access and availability of these scriptures are being wiped out at an alarming rate along with the rest of the Hindu civilization. Now let us see some examples. Based on the discoveries of human fossils as old as 500,000 years in the present era, scientists have identified some 100 human settlements. The picture above shows a cave painting from Bhimbetka in India, dated to be at least 10,000 years old. And you can see the picture, the human figures carrying swords, singing, dancing, Trishul, depicting the celestial wedding of Bhagavan Shiva. Based on the discoveries of various human fossils, with some of them as old as 500,000 years, scientists have identified majorly 100 significant human settlements. Amongst these 100, the modern scientific community identifies 10 as highly civilized, advanced civilizations that built empires and monuments. They knew languages, they could read and write, make weapons, perform worship, and demonstrate higher skills. Some of the advanced ancient civilizations include ancient Egyptian, Mesopotamian, Jiao civilization, Mayan civilization, Greek and Roman, Hindu civilization. Amongst 10 most advanced ancient civilizations and 100 most ancient civilizations itself, the only one to survive is the Vedic Hindu civilization. Though Hinduism is Sanatana, which is eternal, being eternal without a beginning or an end, it can be wiped off from the geography. Let us see how Sanatana Hindu Dharma is being wiped off from the geography. As per the Hindu Vedic calendar, the total age of the universe is about 311 trillion years. We are in 51st year of Brahma, which is about 150 trillion years, which is the age of the Hindu civilization itself. However, the anti-Hindu Western scholars continue to falsify and project Hinduism as something not older than 2000 years. The war of Mahabharata ended at around 3200 BCE. This map of the Indian subcontinent shows how in 3200 BCE, 56 Hindu kingdoms were spread across an area of about 60 million kilometers. From then to now, 0 Hindu nations exist on the planet Earth. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is eternal, but it can be wiped off from the geography. Let us see how it happened. Let us take some classic examples of understanding how Sanatana Hindu Dharma is getting wiped off from the geography. Let us take the example of the Hindu Holocaust in Afghanistan. In 3162 BCE, Gandhari, the queen from Gandhara, plays a major role in the war of Mahabharata. Gandhara was a Mahajanapada, which means a great republic. In 285 BCE, several Hindu nations existed here as late as the onset of Mauryan Empire. The Hindu population in Afghanistan decreased to a rapid number of 0.03% in 2020. The famous Puranic epic mentioned about Sri Lanka. In 5650 BC, Bhagwan Ram makes a bridge to Lanka to rescue Sita Mata. In 271 BC, Lanka becomes a part of Mauryan Empire. In 1141, Lanka becomes a part of Chola Empire. Sri Lanka was a Hindu kingdom for millenniums. Hinduism in Sri Lanka obliterated in 80 years. 25% it was in 1915, and it reduced to 12.6% in 2012, and it reduced to less than 5% in 2020. In 1948 partition of India, about 200,000 to 1 million Hindus died in violence during partition. The forced conversion to Islam, especially of Hindu women, is still happening. 20 to 25 Hindu girls are being abducted every month, and they are forcibly converted to the non-Hindu religion of the state. 95% of all Hindus in Pakistan have been converted since 1990. In 2013, 1,000 Hindu families fled to India. In 2014, 5,000 Hindus fled Pakistan to India. The Hindu genocide of Bangladesh began in 1971, killed up to 3 million Hindus, with a genocidal rape of 350,000 women declared as a Gonimeter Mal, which is a public property. 10 million Hindus fled Bangladesh, 30 million became internally displaced. The Hindu population in Bangladesh dropped from 22.1% to 8.9% just within 60 years. Let's also look at the Hindu genocide in Kashmir. India is no more a Hindu nation. The decline of Hinduism in Indian states. Let's look at it. In West Bengal, the Hindu population reduced from 78.45% to 70.54% within 60 years. Within 100 years, the Hindu population in Mizoram dropped from 95% to 10%. In about 100 plus years, the Hindu population in Kerala dropped from 69% to 55%, and the Hindu population in Nagaland reduced from 95% to 10%, less than 10% within 100 years. There are some 30 Christian countries in the world, which means the constitution of 30 countries of the world officially declares the religion of Christianity as their official state religion. Similarly, some 40 countries declare Islam as their official state religion. 2 countries, Bhutan and Cambodia, declare Buddhism as the state religion. Why there is no country on the planet Earth which declares Hinduism as its state religion? Why there is no country in the world which takes responsibility of protecting Hinduism from persecution and preserving it from becoming extinct? There is an alarming need for a safe haven, a nation to keep the Hindu sciences, scriptures, and lifestyle alive. The Kshatriyas, the Hindu ruler and warrior community, having been the shield for the Hindu civilization, were the first to be destroyed in several genocidal attacks. Having left with no option, His Divine Holiness took this responsibility and created Sri Kailasa, the only Hindu nation. Sri Kailasa is the only attempt ever taken by any Hindu guru. His Divine Holiness was already a huge personality of divine stature. Assassinating him openly was not at all an option for anybody. Therefore, they created a morphed video. They, meaning the anti-Hindu elements, created a morphed video. The entire media machinery was planned to kick into action, starting with their mighty Sun TV, which, as we know today, had the money muscle of about 3,000 billion INR, or about 60 billion USD, as was revealed in the infamous 2G scam. Yes, it crosses the GDP of most of the countries. This kind of mighty media machinery was employed to create the morphed video. A systematic, very sinister plan of isolation, programmed the confusion, followed the strategic character assassination to incite the mob hatred and violence, and therefore they laid the ground and justification for the multiple assassination attempts that were followed under the garb of mob hatred, mob lynching, media trial, and parody of justice itself.
The regions in saffron show places where His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam had established more than 5 major temple monasteries and more than 54 temples across the entire state of Tamil Nadu. On the right, you actually see in the first week of March 2010, all those temples were burnt, destroyed, and shut down by the militants of the anti-Hindu atheists and caste supremacists. The anti-Hindu militants kept chasing His Divine Holiness to kill him. On the 3rd of March 2010, in Tamil Nadu alone, more than 54 temples established by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam across the various cities such as Salem, 7 temples, Namakkal, 7 temples, Krishnagiri, 6 temples, Chennai, 6 temples, Thiruvannamalai, 4 temples, Rasipuram, 3 temples, Erode, Pondicherry, Tirunelveli, Tiruchi, Vellore, Tanjavur, Coimbatore, etc. were attacked and shut down by the anti-Hindu militants who kept chasing His Divine Holiness to kill him. From the 2nd of March to the 21st of April 2010, serial assassination attempts on His Divine Holiness, starting from Tiruvannamalai, Swamiji's birth town, to Pidati to Haridwar. continuous attacks from the 2nd of March to the 21st of April 2010, over 3,000 kilometers. Swamiji was attacked. Swamiji was followed and attacked, and what followed was umpteen number of direct physical assassination attempts on Swamiji. We'll be covering the assassination attempts and the attacks and the persecution of Swamiji in the subsequent sessions of this segment. Okay, so today we wanted to give you an introduction to what actually led to the persecution of His Divine Holiness, and tomorrow we will be sharing with you not just the contributions of this great civilization, contributions of Swamiji, but from tomorrow we'll also be sharing with you about the attacks and the danger that Swamiji has faced in this mission of reviving the enlightened civilizational nation Kailasa on the planet Earth. We'll now conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Parameshiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam.